I take my glasses off and I say to you, hola, ¿cómo le va? ¿Cómo está usted? Buenos días. Viva Bolivia, viva Venezuela, viva Mexico, Puerto Rico. Have you ever been to Puerto Rico? All right, I'm going to tell you something. Here's the tip. Even if you haven't been to Puerto Rico and you live in a place where you've never had Puerto Rican food, remember, there's no such a thing as Spanish food. It differs. Argentina is a Latin American country. The food is totally different in so many ways than Peru, which is different than Puerto Rico. But Puerto Rico, my wife and I, we really love that cuisine like we do others. And we have a lady in the church who makes a thing called pasteles. And it's in a paper bag or a clear kind of, I don't know how to describe it, and it's wrapped and tied. And inside is a thing made mostly of yuca, banana, but other things in it. Very hard to make, very painstaking. She makes the best. Sister Millie makes the best pasteles in the United States of America, South America, anywhere, the best. And they can be made regular or they can be made yuca, which is, it's made all of yuca. There's not the dark banana in there. Why am I talking about it? Because my wife heated up one the other day, just for herself. I was out, I came home. She said, oh man, I had one of Millie's, you freeze them. I had one, we bought some from Millie and her husband, Arnaldo. Oh, Jim, it was so good. I didn't say anything, this is the truth, I didn't say anything. And I was starving. And she's telling me, Jim, the way she made them this time, and I'm going, order it. If you get near a place, or you got to really find someone who makes it. But if you do, try them. You'll like them. Why am I saying all this? Because I haven't eaten all day. And I am hungry. But we're away from that diversion, and we're reading. Notice these words in Mark 15. Pilate says, what shall I do then with the one you call the King of the Jews? Pilate asked them. Crucify him, they shouted. Why? What crime has he committed? Asked Pilate, but they shouted out all the louder, crucify him. But what has he done? We're not interested in explanations, just crucify him. When you get stirred up and you're full of anger and hate, wanting to satisfy the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas to them, a murderer. He had Jesus flogged and handed him over to be crucified. Just think what's entailed in that little last verse there. Verse 15, chapter 15. Wanting to satisfy the crowd. In other words, don't rock the boat. Now, he was the governor. He had the soldiers on his side. There wasn't much they could do. They could try a rebellion. The mob could go nuts because he released Jesus. But they were shouting, and another account of this says that the religious leaders got the crowd to stir up and said, he claims to be a king, but we have no king but Caesar, who is, Pilate was responsible to Caesar. So it was a pro-Roman Empire cheer. And when he heard that, oh, he claims to be a king, they could say, I'm not loyal. So clever. So he gave in, wanting to please, satisfy the crowd. There's all kinds of apocryphal, outside the Bible, stuff about Pilate, how he died, possibly went insane, died a raving maniac, cruel man. Because when you know someone's innocent, and that person innocent is the Son of God, and you still go along with the crowd, you're probably not going to have a good ending. What do you think? But that's the way it happened. So wanting to please the crowd, how many times have we sinned against God, got in bad situations, wanting to please the crowd, be accepted by the world, by the people who are really important, to get a raise, to fit in. Because Christians, in many settings in our culture, they do not fit in. So, not to be rejected and laughed at like, what are you, a holy roller? we have a little dance with the devil, wanting to fit in with the crowd. My dad wanted to fit in with the crowd at Westinghouse, where he was working decades and decades ago. I was a little boy, 12 years old. And he went to an office party, and they said, come on, Nick, have a drink. Well, he had been brought up kind of strict, in a strict church, legalistic kind of. Come on, what's one drink? Hey, one drink. So he fit in. I was an alcoholic for 22 years, lost his job, beat my mother, beat me. I remember when he started drinking, he beat me one night. That was not just my normal beating. I deserved a normal beating. That I confess. But no, the violence of what he did. I even told my brother that night in bed, like, what's up with Dad? I just got, there's beatings and then there's a beating. Fit in with the crowd. Never thought he would change his life. Thankfully, after 22 years, he came back to the Lord and died serving the Lord. So Pilate is going to find a halfway position, but he can't. So he released Barabbas to them to fit in. He had Jesus flogged and handed him over to be crucified. See that? What will you do with Jesus? Neutral you cannot be. He couldn't release Barabbas and then say, Jesus, look, at night, I'm going to let you go. No. Many people died before crucifixion just from the flogging. A leather whip with pieces of metal in it, opening up gashes all over the back. Some died before that, they bled out. The body couldn't take the strain. And then he handed him over to be crucified, the cruelest death you could imagine. His wife warned him, don't have anything to do with Jesus of Nazareth. I suffered last night in dreams because of him. He knew himself he was innocent. Come on, maybe one of you is watching me today and you know in your heart of hearts two things. Jesus is the Son of God. And number two, you're not serving him right now. You're not walking with him. Oh, you go to church on Sunday, and I thank God for that, but you're not all in. Come on. For the one who died for your sins and rose again from the dead, go all in. Put all your trust in Jesus of Nazareth. God bless you. See you next time.